Jay Show.
Time now for Head Up Your Ass headlines on the Corey and Jay Show.
And we begin on a Wednesday morning at a Berlin where German police called to investigate unusual noises in the garden of a Brennan house late on Monday. Were surprised to find that a pair of amorous hedgehogs were to blame. Humping hedgehogs. After illuminating the garden with spotlights, the officers discovered the animals humping and bumping beside a pond in the back of the house. The pair were loudly engaged in ensuring the continuity of their species. All the spectators didn't worry about them in the least. Indeed, even though they intensified their humping and bumping, so the officers turned the lights back off again. But apparently when hedgehogs are fooling around and getting laid, they make an awful lot of noise. And the awful lot of noise season runs from April to September there in Germany. So I guess they're probably going to end up getting a few more calls throughout the summer from noisy humping hedgehogs.
Sanford, Florida. A family driving west on I-4 in a silver Mercedes-Benz on Sunday evening made the men in the black Chevrolet Tahoe mad. The Mercedes had cut them off. The Tahoe's driver later told a Seminole County deputy. So front seat passenger John Thomas Taylor dropped his pants and mooned the family, including their 14-year-old son. Taylor, 21, was arrested and hauled off to jail, accused of committing a lewd and lascivious act in the presence of a child younger than 16. See, it's okay when you're a teenager and you're mooning people.
Yeah.
You don't generally get in too much trouble, but you shouldn't do it if you're an adult.
I would imagine. Out of Washington, those now famous pair of pants were the star attraction at a fundraiser Tuesday night, meant to help pay the bills of those poor dry cleaning couple that got caught in that legal snitch when that goofball wanted to sue him for $54 million.
Yeah.
The $54 million pants, as they've come to be known, were the subject of a widely mocked lawsuit, of course, and international attention, including a lot of crap they had to take from us. So groups advocating stricter guidelines for filing lawsuits, and also supporters of Jin Nam Chung and Su Chung, the owners of the custom cleaners, came from across the nation to attend a cocktail fundraiser that also had the $54 million pants on there. They got about $100,000 in legal costs, and that one night alone they were able to raise $64,000. And they still have more pledges coming in. So this is good for the Chungs. It's likely that they're not going to have to worry about coughing up any of the legal cost money on that.
How did the Chungs wind up with the pants?
I don't know. The pants were on display
You
there.
would have thought the pants would have gone back to the judge.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
weird.
I don't know that they won the pants. I don't know what happened, but they did end up with the pants on display there.
Yeah.
It doesn't say the Chungs have them. It just says they're on display. So maybe they were borrowed by that nutball.
Oh, I'm sure he
was real happy about it.
I'm sure he'd want to help them out at this point.
Oh, yeah. Well, who knows?
Gary, Indiana, you would expect your anger management instructors to be calm and peaceful.
Yeah.
Not this time.
No?
No, an anger management instructor was charged with domestic battery after his wife accused him of grabbing and beating the crap out of her during an argument. Nice going, Sherlock.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, his real name is the Reverend Robert Nichols. And he's 49, and he's taught anger management classes for some time now, but apparently his contract was voided with the concern he was teaching these anger management classes to. And now he's angry. So he's taking it out on everybody. Mr. Nichols was arrested early Thursday of last week after the couple's young daughter called police to report the fight.
Out of London, a Middle Eastern businessman spent over $210,000 in a 5-hour champagne and vodka fuel spending spree inside of a London nightclub over the past weekend. Fraser Donaldson, a representative of Crystal, a club favored by Prince Harry, and in 20 years working there in the industry, the biggest bill I've ever formulated by one customer. The big-name spender entered Crystal at midnight on Saturday, had a few friends with him, 9 women and 8 men. They ordered a $50 bottle of white wine. But before long, he was ordering magnums of Dom Perignon for $1,400 each.
Ooh.
And then called for something called a Methuselah, 8 bottles in one. of crystal champagne at $60,000. And the party spread from there. The festivities ended up with a nightcap consisting of a Methuselah of Belvedere vodka, which cost $2,800. He basically just said, keep the drinks flowing. And I imagine everybody was drinking. Well, when the party left at 5 a.m., the bill, $218,000. And that also included, by the way, the cost of 6 Coca-Colas for the designated drivers.
Wow.
Is that amazing? Yeah. I don't know how large a Methuselah is. I'm going to have to check on that. But
you said it was how many?
8 bottles in one.
Yeah.
So that would be...
That's a big...
Oh, my God.
It's a big bottle.
How did these people stay alive and not die drinking all that alcohol?
This comes out of Brussels. Apparently, Belgium was reeling Monday after the country's likely new prime minister was asked on Belgium's National Day to sing the national anthem and inadvertently launched into the French national anthem instead. Asked Saturday by a reporter from a state television channel, RTBF, to sing the Belgian national anthem, which is called La Brabancan, or something like that. He was asked to sing it on the day commemorating the ascension of King Leopold I of Belgium to the throne in 1831. This guy, Yves Leterme, a Flemish politician who is struggling to form some kind of coalition government, smiled at the camera and blurted out, "Allons enfants de la patrie," which is the first words of La Marseillaise, or whatever the French national...
La Marseillaise, yeah.
Whatever their anthem is, yeah. Pressed by the reporter as to whether he really thought those were the words, this politician, who is the head of the Flemish Christian Democrat Party, replied, "Oh, I don't know." Good luck with that.
Yeah, seriously. A woman, age 73, faces eviction from a retirement home in Halifax, eastern Canada, for, among other things, her salty language, according to the media out of Ottawa. Mary Vaughn told the Globe and Mail newspaper she was once offended by profanity, but learned to cuss about a generation ago when she lived in the northern Yukon territories, where foul language are basically commonplace. She said she practiced swearing and eventually perfected it. I sat in front of the mirror and I said it over and over and over again. I would say it smiling, I would say it frowning and laughing, and I finally learned to sing it without being offended. Well, staff at the independent living seniors residence accused Vaughn of telling them to go F off while refusing to apologize, as well as gossiping and using the common room without proper permission from the landowners as well. Other tenants and their families started complaining about her language. Vaughn, who was recently diagnosed with cancer, incidentally, has until the end of August to get the hell out of there. But she says she got no place to go. She says, I'm not saying I didn't do anything wrong, but is that enough to send a 73-year-old woman out into the streets?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I agree. I wouldn't want to hear that.
I'm going to create a new convention here for the show.
Okay.
For all these naked people who wind up being naked and they're generally high or drunk or something.
Sure, right.
I want to call it Baked and Naked. And I'm saying baked and naked because there is really nothing that rhymes with naked. But if I use baked and just pronounce naked, naked, we have a new convention for the show.
We'll take it. We'll do that. It's a stretch.
It's now Baked and Naked.
Okay, go.
Just something listeners will understand. The rest of the world, the heck with them.
Well, the hell with you.
All right, here's today's Baked and Naked story. An alleged Sioux Falls streaker is in jail after causing a scene on the south part of the city the other morning. Drivers called police just after 6:30 when they noticed 37-year-old Aaron Grunwald acting disorderly. He then took his clothes off, and when police got there, he began to run. Ooh, look at me, I'm baked and naked. They caught him about 5 blocks away. Grunwald is charged with fleeing and false impersonation, which means giving an incorrect name to officers. According to initial reports, officers took Mr. Grunwald to a hospital before taking him to jail because they suspected he was on drugs.
All right. We'll have more Add Up Your Ass headlines in just a couple of moments here on The Corey and Jay Show.
More of The Corey and Jay Show coming up on The Edge.